Okay, môre graad 12's. Hier is ons weer. Online learning, lekker. Okay, ons begin vandag met die eweredigheidstelling. I told you guys we're starting with the grade 12, what do you call it? Geometry. And we're starting with the proportionality theorem. So, the proportionality theorem in short says that if we've got a line in a triangle drawn parallel to one of the sides of the triangle. So enige sy van die driehoek en dan so 'n lyn binne in die driehoek wat eweredig aan hom geteken is, parallel aan hom geteken is, dan verdeel hierdie lyn hierdie twee dele in verhouding met mekaar, in relationship with each other. Remember, that does not mean that this is the same length as that and this is the same length as that. No, it means that the relationship between this to this is the same as this to this. So we can write it like this, or we can write it, as you can hear, we have to play some indoor activities as well today, or you can write it either as AD over DB, or sometimes they write it as AD to DB is equal to AE to EC. Okay, so jy kan hom of as 'n breek skryf of jy kan hom so as 'n verhouding skryf. En die belangrike ding is dit gaan oor die sye word verdeel in verhouding met mekaar. So the line drawn parallel to one side, die lyn getrek parallel aan een sy van die driehoek, verdeel die ander twee van die twee sye van die driehoek in verhouding met mekaar. Now I just want to show you these, and we're not going to practice them today. This is the inverse of that statement wat sê as hierdie verhouding AD op DB gelyk is aan AE op EC, dan kan ons aflei dat hierdie lyn parallel is aan daai ene. So this is the converse of the previous theorem that I just showed you guys. And this last theorem, this one at the bottom, just says that if this is true, AB, and this height is the same, then the area of this triangle will be equal to the area of this triangle. So hierdie theorie of hierdie stelling sê, driehoeke of parallelogramme wat dieselfde lengte basis het en dieselfde en tussen dieselfde parallelle lyne is of dieselfde hoogtes het, sal dieselfde gaan nie nou met jou kiepie afspeel die babs. Okay. Sal dieselfde verhouding sê. Sorry guys, we've got some technical difficulties in a 2-year-old trying to understand some maths here. Okay. It's okay. So come on, let you sit. Okay, so now you have to try and listen to me while ignoring the child. Daar's die ballon gaan speel keepie appie. Okay, so it's important to distinguish between when they are giving you lengths, actual lengths, so die lengtes van die sy of die dele van die sy, and when they are giving you the relationships between the sides. My gaan speel gou daar binne by Papa keepie appie. Anyway, okay, so in this case, they give you guys the relationships. Now, note that whenever they give you the relationships, you're not going to write it down as 1 and 3. You're going to add a variable. So, as hulle sê AT tot TC is 1 tot 3, moenie hier gaan skryf 1 en daar 3 nie. Skryf 1x en 3x byvoorbeeld. Okay? Want onthou hierdie stukkie is nie byvoorbeeld 1 centimeter lank nie. Ons weet net dat die verhouding tussen hierdie stuk en daai is 1 tot 3. So this could have been, let's say, 4 centimeters, then this would be 12 centimeters or whatever. So again, just make sure when you are doing this, you are adding a variable after the relationship. Okay, so let's say for ons AT tot TC is 1 tot 3, then they also say that CQ to BR, these are 4 to 3. Now we use another variable. So kom ons sê 4i en 3i. Okay, and then the last thing that you need to do is you need to highlight the parallel sides for yourself. Net om dit makliker te maak. Okay, good. So once we fill that in, Remember, the theorem that we're going to use is line parallel to one side of triangle. So hulle vra vir jou dan, vind die verhouding van RQ op RC. So you're looking for RQ over RC. Now remember, if you know that this is 1x to 3x, you also know that this whole thing is 4x. So you can apply this theorem either with a part of a side or with the whole side. So met ander woorde, nie net weet ons dat AT op TC gelyk is aan 1 tot 3 nie. Ons weet ook byvoorbeeld dat AT op AC 1 tot 4 is, because it's 1 over this whole side, which is 4x. Okay, so keeping that in mind, we can look at the triangle with that orange-ish parallel lines and say we're looking for RQ over RC. En om dit te kry wil ek hê, julle moet vir my nou net kyk na hierdie driehoek. Sê julle saam dat in daai driehoek het hy hierdie parallelle lyne en die stuk RQ word dieselfde verdeel as AT. En RC gaan dan in verhouding wees met AC, met die hele stuk. So in that triangle, I can say that RQ will be equal to AT and RC will be equal to AC, not equal to, in relationship with it. And my reason would be line parallel one side of triangle. Lyn parallel een sy van driehoek. Okay, en dan vul jy hom net in. AT het ons gesê is 1x. AC het ons uitgewerk is 4x. The x and the x cancels out, so your answer is 1 over 4. So just quick recap, they didn't give us the actual lengths, they gave us the relationships. So jy gaan vul by elke een van jou verhoudings 'n veranderlike by in. Enige veranderlike by in, maar dit maak 'n verskil, hulle moet verskillendes wees. So jy kan nie aan albei kante sê, maar x gaan invul het nie. And then from there, we just look for triangles with parallel sides that we can use. Okay. Dan daai volgende een gaan ek eers uitlos, want dit gaan oor die area 1 en ek wil vandag meer fokus op die evenredigheids een. So here's another example for you guys. Another example. Ek hoop julle kan duidelik genoeg daarop sien. Okay. Hulle sê vir jou in hierdie skets is BQ parallel aan BC, then they tell you that AP is 10. So that is the actual length. It can be 10 centimeters or 10 meters or whatever. And BB is 6, AQ is 15, and OQC is X. Bepaal die waarde van X. So this time we're not working with that added variable. We're just going to say that because this line is parallel to that line, I can say that CQ over QA is equal to BP over PA, line parallel one side of triangle. Okay, hoekom het ek hulle juist so om gaan sit? Ek kon ons nou die twee geswap het of daai twee geswap het, but the reason why I put the CQ at the top is because that is the variable and then it's easier to solve. So just quickly, sien julle hierdie stuk gaan saam met daai stuk because they're between the two parallel lines, en hierdie stuk gaan saam met daai stuk. Okay, so just make sure you understand how they are divided, and then you simply fill in the values. So dit op 15 is gelyk aan 6 op 10. Now I hope you guys know how to solve for these values. So jy kan mos oorkruis vermenigvuldig. Die maklikste manier is om te sê daai nou maal daai ene is 10x. Nou het ek obviously my sakrekenaar by my nie 30, 60, 90. So x is equal to 9 units. Okay, and you can check yourself. If this side is 9 over 15, then that'll simplify to 3 over 5. This side is 6 over 10, which can be simplified to 3 over 5. So those two ratios are equal to each other. Okay, ek weet dit lyk bietjie de mekaar hier, so kyk maar die video 2 keer. Then for this one, they tell us that these sides are parallel. Hierdie sy is parallel aan daai sy. En hulle gee weer eens vir jou die waardes. So you don't go and add a variable now. It's a 9, a 27, and then this whole side is 24. No, was I no? This whole side is 24. Okay. En dan vra hulle vir ons bereken die lengte van TR, which is this part. Okay, so this time you're working with the whole again. And even though you don't have this value, you can calculate this value. 127 plus 9 is 36. So that's what you're going to use. We want TR, we have RQ. En dan gaan ons werk met SR op die hele RP. Okay, so we're going to say this part, which is the one that we want, will be similar to this part. Sal in verhouding wees met daai. En dan hierdie hele stuk wat ek het, sal in verhouding wees met daai hele stuk wat ek ook nou net kon gaan uitwerk het. And again, my reason will be line parallel one side of triangle. En dan gaan vul ek net in. TR is die stukkie wat ek soek. Hierdie is 24. SR is 27 op 36. Dat ek weer nie my sakrekenaar hier nie. Hierdie vereenvoudig na 2 op 3 toe. So I think we can work with that. Nee, 3 op 4. This would have been much easier if I actually had my calculator there. Anyway, ek dink dit kom uit op TR is gelyk aan 18, dink ek, 18 centimeter. Gaan check dit ook net met julle sakrekenaars. Ek hoop julle het julle sakrekenaars by julle. Okay, but this is the important setup for me. That part, that you can apply this new theorem that we just learned. Okay, en onthou selfs al het hulle nie vir jou hierdie hele sy gegee nie, wat gaan nou hier aan? Al het hulle nie vir jou hierdie hele sy gegee nie, you can still go and calculate that because you have those two values, similar to what we did here. Dat jy daai ene kon gaan doen het.